Jacob Fowler is by far one of the best goalies in college hockey right now, along with being one of the most promising NHL goalie prospects, and he is still proving that down in the NCAA with his .933 save percentage and a 1.73 goals against average. Not only that, but in the 15 games he has played so far this season, he has notched a record of 11-2-1 and has played consistently well. And one of Fowler's strengths in net is that he has insane positioning, with being able to hold his ground effectively, not giving the shooter the edge. And while CAREY was a first overall pick and Fowler being a third round pick, he has shown very promising play in Boston College, as he has the 8th best goalie rank in the NCAA, and this top 10 list only has 2 goalies that are drafted to an NHL team, with Fowler being one of them. And although Fowler did not have the strongest World Juniors last year, it's important to note that not only did Fowler go undefeated in the net for Team USA, but he did not have a goals against average of over 3. In fact, besides playoffs in his entire hockey career, there's only one time where Fowler had a goals against average of 3, and it was when Fowler had only played 4 games in a season for the Selects Academy, and he still had a .923 save percentage along with a shutout. Oh, and did I mention that Fowler also won gold at the World Juniors in 23-24? Yeah, this guy has gotten a lot on his career belt already, and he hasn't even been to the NHL yet. But another great thing is that Fowler for his entire hockey career has had a save percentage of over .920. Another thing to note about Fowler is that he knows how to win. Fowler in his NCAA career has only notched 10 losses over 54 games that consist of 8 regulation losses and 2 overtime losses. Not only has he notched 10 losses, but in the NCAA, Fowler had broke the record for the most wins in a single season by a freshman with a record of 32-6-1. I know it's very early to compare Fowler to the likes of CAREY. The dude hasn't even played an NHL game yet, but I would like to compare Fowler's NCAA stats with a Vezina runner-up like Ben Bishop. Ben Bishop in the prime of his career was one of the best goalies in the NHL, and in his NCAA career, his best save percentage was only .923 in the 06-07 season. Don't get me wrong, this is very good, but Fowler has gotten 10 more than that. He's had a .933 save percentage in just his second season, and he had a really consistent year just the season before. So with those kind of stats, it's very good to see. And granted, it was a different time back then, and yes, there could have been better or worse players back in the 06-07 season, but nonetheless, this is a very good sign for the Montreal Canadiens prospect. As well, he's doing really good. And now, is there a chance that Jacob Fowler just isn't fit for the NHL? Yes, this is always a possibility. As with any player, there is always a chance that they don't perform as they are hyped. Another one of Fowler's strengths is being able to effectively make cross-crease saves. It's really important for every goalie to have this strength, and it's for the Canadiens' future to have a goalie that has this good skill. And another thing to point out about Fowler is his size. He's the average height for a goalie, which is around or over 6'2", which is actually really crazy to think about, and according to elite prospects, he is 214 pounds. Now, I know this might not mean anything, but it actually is about the same metrics as CAREY, which, I don't know, could it be fate? I guess we'll find out. But what's even crazier about this whole thing is that not only do you have Jacob Fowler in the background for the Montreal Canadiens prospect game, but you also have Jacob Dobesh, who just made Canadiens history by being the first goalie in Montreal history to only give up 1 goal in his first 2 NHL starts, including getting a shutout, which is just absolutely insane. And I know I mentioned that in my last couple of videos, but I've been talking about Jacob Dobesh a lot lately, so I wanted to shed some light on Jacob Fowler and how good he actually is. But the Canadiens definitely have a really solid goalie tandem on their hands for the future, and it's getting really close to flourishing. And with the Canadiens fighting to get into a playoff spot and actually being close, I wonder if Dobesh will actually put the Canadiens over the edge of the season, and maybe they could possibly make the playoffs. I mean, yeah, it's unlikely that Dobesh would carry them, but who knows? Maybe he can have a really solid stint and get some crucial wins for the Montreal Canadiens that they need. But hey, give me your thoughts on this down below in the comments. Do you guys think that Jacob Fowler will be the next CAREY for the Montreal Canadiens? I don't know, give me your thoughts down below in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.